a sort of new styling to this editing of a tier ranking that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be superhero movies. Now, I've done a Marvel movie tier ranker before, but not a superhero movie one, so obviously Marvel will be heavily involved in this, but not entirely Marvel. There might be some DC thrown in there, some other sort of random comic book movies in there as well. We're going to be tier ranking them because, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of not only Marvel movies in general, but definitely superhero movies. So yeah. Also, attention, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's video will be a sponsored video. And again, I think I said this before in a past video, if you have ever wanted to support the channel, this would be the time. Tomorrow's video will be the time to contribute to the channel. You'll see tomorrow what I mean by that, but obviously with a sponsor, it's going to probably mean a lot more than any sort of time ever in supporting the channel. So if you've ever wanted to or wanted to again, tomorrow will definitely be that time to contribute to help. I can't really say a lot about it yet until tomorrow's video. Make sure you guys comment down below your favorite superhero movie of all time, or maybe a superhero movie you want to be made, remade, anything like that. Make sure you do like the video if you do like the video, and also subscribe to the channel for more, I guess, random content that I make on this channel. And also comment down below maybe other tier rankers you guys want me to see. That could be a lot of fun. So with that being said, let us get started. So, like I said, this is going to be a tier ranking video on superhero movies. So, not just the sort of MCU movies or even just Marvel movies. It's a lot of different style of superhero movies. I could go, I guess, through the entire listing, but I think I'm just gonna go through one by one and pick some out. Now, obviously, I think there's like, man, there must be like 50 plus of these movies in the queue waiting to get ranked. I think I might just do a couple of the first ones and get them out of the way, and then I'm gonna start just skipping around as the video goes on. Don't want to make this video too long and boring, so I guess we can just get started. So if you don't know how to tier, I guess the list goes. It goes from an S tier, which is the highest of praises for a movie. I guess, again, these are going to be, again, in my opinion doesn't matter. They're stupid, it's dumb, it's wrong, it doesn't matter. It's just my opinion on some of my favorite superhero movies. I'm not ranking these based off of, how, amazing everyone thinks these movies are. It's just my own opinion on the movie. So, some movies I'm going to really like and rank high, you might hate and put them in F tier, but the S tier is, I guess, your personal favorites. I guess there only should be like a handful of movies picked for S tier. Then we have A tier, obviously grading system A, B, C, D, F, F being the worst tier out there. So, yeah, that's gonna be it. Now there used to be a haven't seen tier. If I haven't seen the movie, we're just gonna skip over it. Yeah, I think that's all I really needed to say. So the first movie that they have listed here is actually The Incredible Hulk. Obviously there have been a couple of different Hulk movies. I think there's been two. One of them is sort of just a random Hulk movie, and then one of them is the one that's based off of, the MCU that they still have in today's, Bruce Banner, obviously played by Mark Ruffalo. Now, used to not be Mark Ruffalo. They used him in the MCU, but there used to be a different Hulk movie that is just a random Hulk movie. But either way, whatever Hulk movie this is, I'm still gonna be starting off this video, very surprisingly, in an F tier. I guess you could say, maybe I'm just saying this because I haven't seen the movie in years, but there might be a reason why I haven't seen the movie in years. It's because I just don't like the movie. It's very slow paced, not as interesting as I would like a Hulk movie to be. Now, even then, I wouldn't even know how good a Hulk movie would be if they came out with one recently, like a Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie. I'm not saying because I don't like the actor or anything like that. I just didn't really enjoy, I guess, the storyline of it. I think the one that's in the MCU canon movie is the one that has I really enjoy is Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I think that's his name, right? Sam Raimi. Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Oh man, I mean, of course it's A tier. A tier is like, dude, that is like boom, perfect. I think that's like in the perfect spot. I almost want to put it in S tier, but I really want to save S tier for like, maybe like 3 or 4 movies, like movies that I would buy hard copies for, watch over and over again, yada yada yada. This is a good spot for it, I feel like, and obviously, of course, it's the first Spider-Man movie. It's, all of our childhoods, I'm assuming, and obviously it having, obviously Tobey Maguire, James Franco, Kirsten Dunst, I mean, of course, the legend William Dafoe, like, as Green Goblin, which Green Goblin is, man, one of the most defining villains in the entire sort of Marvel, even super villain, comics, of all of the comics, so really love that movie a lot, so I'm giving it an A. X-Men 2 is actually the next movie up. The, what's his name? Hugh Jackman, that era of X-Men movie. I might give this, it's at least a C tier for me. Again, I haven't seen this movie in a very long time. This movie came out in like 2004 or 5 maybe. Like, it came out forever ago, and even then I haven't watched it. Part since like 2010. It's been forever. All I remember is that one of my favorite superheroes of all time, Nightcrawler, makes his first appearance in this movie. I think, if I can remember right. I might have to come back to this one, but I'm gonna leave it at C for now. See how the listing goes, and maybe I'll move it up. Maybe I'll move it. I think C is like the lowest, actually. Maybe I'll move it up. But it's good. I remember it being a very long movie. But I think it's also maybe the best one of like the original X-Men trilogy. I think I'm gonna leave it at C just for now. Ooh, yikes. Next up we have Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2. God, I haven't seen that movie in forever either. Obviously, I know what the movie is. The one with War Machine makes his appearance, and I think also the Black Widow makes her appearance as well. I think Whiplash does too. Yeah. Do I do D? I don't know. Maybe it is in the same class as X-Men. Do I put it at C? I'll leave it at D for now. Again, C tier is kind of like, it's mid. It's a mid movie. It's a movie that's good. It's all right. It's C. It's a good movie. Iron Man 2, man, it's just, man, I think I maybe watched that movie literally one time in movie theaters, and I haven't watched it since it was in a movie theater. I don't think I have ever, even in all the times it's been on TV. Haven't watched it, so it doesn't really intrigue me. I do think the beginning of the movie is really dope, and obviously when Iron Man is in like the raceway and he puts on that maroon colored, silver colored suit, I love that part. That's a dope part in the movie, but I don't know if anything else in that movie really makes me like it a whole lot, so I'm gonna leave it at D. Oh, here we go. Definitely a pretty solid movie here. We have the first Avengers movie. That's a B. That's a solid B movie, and I also like how we're tier ranking every single movie individually, so we have an A, B, C, D, and an F tier. Looks pretty good so far, but yeah, Avengers. Definitely not the worst Avenger movie. Age of Ultron, in my opinion, is the worst Avenger movie, but this one is a solid one. Obviously, it's the first time in movie sort of history all the sort of comic book guys come together in a movie like this, and I think maybe that reason alone makes it very important. And also, obviously, Loki in this movie, big round of applause for Loki being the big bad guy and really making, the Loki character amazing. At least to me, this is what really like puts a big stamp on Loki for me in the sort of MCU, having his little moment in this movie. B tier, pretty solid. Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3, I'm also sitting at D tier. I didn't really like either of those movies. Again, haven't seen it since I saw it that one time in a movie theater. We have Thor. I think this is Thor 2 or Thor Dark World. That's going in F tier. Thor, my favorite Marvel MCU superhero, also has some of the worst movies definitely in Marvel movie history, and this was one of them. I don't even think I saw the entirety of this movie. I think I watched it in a movie theater. Did I fall asleep? I don't know. I don't even remember a lot of this movie because it's that bad. So it's an F tier, 1000%, very boring. Civil War, to me, might be my favorite Marvel MCU movie. Definitely. Maybe. It's an S tier. This is the first S tier on my listing. Civil War, the Civil War comic book series is my favorite series of all time for Marvel Comics. It's such a fun, well, not really fun, it's actually a very sad story, and it has a lot of things going on, but obviously the story of superheroes versus superheroes is so intriguing to me because they both think they're right, they both make good points, they both make you and me, obviously, the reader choose a side and blah blah blah. It's very intriguing. I'm still Captain America. I'm Team Captain America. Sorry guys, but I'm Team Cap. So yeah, S tier movie for me. We have Avengers: Infinity War. That's also an S tier movie. God, yeah, I remember when Infinity War first came out, and I thought, like, that was like peak Marvel. Like, I thought, what could be better than this movie? We'll see later on in listing if there have been other better ones, but man, Infinity War, I mean, people are still probably arguing, maybe not, maybe I just am making this up, but are still arguing over the fact that if Infinity War is better than Avengers Endgame. That's, I guess, your own sort of discussion you can have, but man, it is just an amazing movie. The Wakanda fights are amazing, obviously. The beginning of the movies with Thor and Loki and Thanos, like, oh my god, like, that's such an intense scene. That movie really kicks off the sort of Thanos era of Avengers really well. Here we go, another non-MCU movie. We have The Amazing Spider-Man with my boy, Andrew Garfield. An amazing actor. One of my favorite actors, definitely for sure. By the way, if you haven't seen Tick Tick Boom on Netflix with Andrew Garfield, I highly recommend you go watch Tick Tick Boom with Andrew Garfield. The only reason why I watched that movie is because it had Spider-Man, aka Andrew Garfield, and what an amazing movie. Anyways, the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, I'm gonna give it a C tier, maybe a D tier. I'll leave it at C tier for now. It's an okay one. I think having your first movie with all the amazing Spider-Man characters you could have had, I think having, Dr. Connors or the Lizard Man or whatever you want to call him as the big baddie in this movie, it wasn't that like a good villain. I don't think. It wasn't really that interesting. The plot, the writers, the director, I don't know, didn't really make this movie what it should have been. So here we have one from the DC universe, Aquaman. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Didn't see Aquaman in theaters. The only reason I watched Aquaman is because my dad watched it. I think he rented it on the TV or something like that. He invited me to go watch it with him, so I did. It was, when I see the C tier movies, I don't think Aquaman's better than the C tier movie, so I'm gonna put it in D tier. I think maybe like a high D tier. It was okay when it comes to DC movies. It's like, okay, that they're getting somewhere at least, but ranked up against all these other really good movies, even all the C tier movies are good movies, I don't want to really put it in that one. It's like maybe low, middle-ish D tier. Don't want to put anything really over that. We have Avengers Endgame, obviously, of course, that's S tier. Whoa, okay. We have another DC movie, not really in the new DC era. We have Batman and Robin. Yes, Batman and Robin. This is the George Clooney era of Batman. This is sort of my Batman as a kid when I was growing up. This was my Batman, and I had these movies on VHS. They also have the second movie of this one, Batman Forever, which, when it comes to Batman movies, obviously, The Dark Knight, all those ones are amazing. This one, at least to me, is definitely up there in that sort of area. I love that movie with, obviously, Jim Carrey as the Riddler, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Amazing movies. I'm gonna say Batman Forever. I'm giving a B tier ranking too. Again, that might be very high, but it's, again, my list. I grew up with this Batman as a kid. I absolutely loved the Robin character. I wanted to be Robin. This movie made me want to be Robin because I know, obviously, Robin back in like the 40s or whatever was like that weird, sus-looking guy. But in this movie, they made Robin look like a really cool guy, and I really wanted to be Robin. And then we imagination. The story's really cool. Really hope they do get some sort of second movie. I think they have a great chance of having that. I know there was also a TV series about it, but hopefully they do get a second spin-off movie. But that's a great movie. I love that movie. Oh, here we go. We have The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight, S tier, near the top of S tier. I mean, that's probably a lot of people's favorite superhero movie of all time. It is the pinnacle of sort of like, not even just superhero movies, just movies in general. And obviously Heath Ledger's performance, just literally should put that man in some sort of Hall of Fame, whatever it is. He is just, should be embodied of how actors act and how amazing they can be in a role. Then we have The Dark Knight Rises. I'm going to put that in A tier. Good movie, not sort of to the level of Dark Knight, because again, it probably maybe even hurts the movie because it comes after The Dark Knight Rises, and it's good. Bane is really fun. Catwoman, very fun, but really, really good sort of ending to that that trilogy. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here. We have Ghost Rider. That's an F tier. Nicolas Cage, I think, is a kind of a memed on actor. I think he actually is a good actor. This movie just sucked a lot. It's just not a good or fun movie. Green Lantern. Green Lantern is actually my favorite DC hero. This movie gets an F though. Just a weird plot. Not a lot of Green Lantern things happening. Just a bad movie. It needs to be remade 1000%. Okay, we have Hancock. Okay, Will Smith's Hancock movie. I'm gonna put that in a low B, maybe C. I'll keep it in low B for now. Again, a movie I haven't seen in quite some time, but I remember really enjoying it. If you don't know, that's sort of like a movie about, I guess, a random civilian who just is a superhero, but doesn't use his superpowers. He doesn't want the fame of being a superhero, but obviously it turns out that the world needs his help, and he kind of learns to be a superhero. It's kind of a cool sort of story, and that's what I really like about the movie is the plot of it. It's really good. Obviously, Will Smith is amazing. Oh my god, okay, they also have The Incredibles on this list. Is that S? Oh man, is that S? I'll keep it in A for now. I think it's an A tier movie. Man, that's crazy that they have that on here. I'll rank it with, Big Hero 6 with animated movies. Very good, very fun animated movies. But man, those S tier movies are just, those are like solidified. And I think I don't want to put any more S tier. We have Kick-Ass as well. If you guys haven't seen Kick-Ass, that is a fun superhero movie. That's definitely at least a B tier movie. Again, a lot of people have their own opinions about that movie, but it is a very fun, action-packed, sort of jokingly superhero movie about real life. And I mean like real life superheroes. I'm like, what if superheroes and supervillains were in real life? Very cool concept. Really like the idea. And I thought it was a funny movie, so I'm putting it in B tier. Okay, we have the Spider-Man movies. I'm gonna rank these really quick and then probably get off. Oh my god, Spider-Man 2. Oh, that's tough. I don't know about Spider-Man 2, man. Ooh. Is that S tier? I think it kind of is. It's so good. I watched it literally like 2 months ago. I think at the beginning of December I watched it. And oh my god, it's so good. That might be S tier. And honestly, I know this says Spider-Man. I think this is like the first Spider-Man movie, Homecoming. Let's just pretend, okay, use our imaginations, that this says Spider-Man No Way Home, because that's not on this list. Let's pretend that this is Spider-Man No Way Home, and that is near also the tippy top of the S tier as well, because that movie is just one of the best movie experiences I've ever had. And it's just, wow, what a movie Spider-Man No Way Home was, and I cannot wait to watch it again. Yeah, but like I said, guys, there's so many movies on here. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Any other ones I can do really quick? There's Shazam. I actually thought Shazam was kind of an okay DC. Well, for the DC movies, it was okay. I'll put it in like C tier, not bad. Anything else? We have the Justice League movie. That's also like a C tier. it was whatever. Especially the what's his name, Jack Snyder, Dean Snyder, whatever that guy's last name is. Cut of the movie, that was definitely a lot better. I think I'll put those two together in the same category. And those are like that's a solid superhero movie. Now again, when you're comparing it to a DC movie, it's good, but compared to all these other movies, it's pretty mid. We have the first Thor movie, like that's an F tier again. Just not a fun movie in whatever sense. It just, those movies really didn't capture Thor in the way a lot of the other movies have, giving him more personality and vibrant. I feel like the best way to describe the second and first Thor movie is melancholy. It's just such a one-line sort of, nothing happens, no peaks, nothing exciting. It's just the entire movie is just, it's just bland. It's just not fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, I think that is